welcome one more time to our channel. Here today, the idea that I have is to make a crypto portfolio review. I'm going to share with you for the first time in this new channel that I have what I have been doing lately, the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, with my cryptocurrency. Now, here I made this graph. These are the 10 crypto I do have and the percentage that each one of those crypto represent of my portfolio. I'm going to explain a little bit what these crypto are, why I invest in them, and I end up with this weird shape, very strange shape of a portfolio. I will never invest in a portfolio that look like this. I will never expect anybody to have a portfolio that look like this. I would never recommend anybody to have a portfolio like this, but this portfolio is the reality of what have been going on with my investing. I don't switch crypto frequently. I don't buy, sell, trade frequently, and this is what I got. Here, Aptos. What I want to say about Aptos is that Aptos is the newest cryptocurrency out of these 10 that I bought. H bar used to be around 25% of the total of my portfolio. What happened with H bar is that here I sold H bar June of this year. This big green candle that I see here, H bar did very well, and I thought I don't want to have 25% of my portfolio in H bar. I realized that H bar did a huge green candle going up, which means I was not sure that H bar would double what H bar did already. I said, let me check. If I find another crypto that I consider worth it, I will sell a half of my H bar, or maybe I would divide the total of my H bar in 33%, 33, 33, and keep 1/3 and give the other 2/3 to other two crypto. What I end up doing was splitting in a half the whole H bar that I did. I sold a half. I bought Aptos. I study basically Aptos, the how Sui, Solana, and Aptos. Between those three, I start doing some math and study what have been going on with those projects, and I end up doing Aptos. I also consider Arbitrum, but I end up with Aptos. Let's see how that end up. Here, Aptos, I think I have found some floor down here. I wish to have money to buy right now. I don't have. Maybe, I don't know what the market will do when the Aptos reach 10, 15, before 20. Probably I will sell all my Aptos. Here, I don't like this max supply of Aptos, but I'm fine with the project. They need to grow. I hear about the fully diluted value at the market cap, 50%. It's not the best, but it's kind of a new project. They need money, they need to grow. I want Aptos to grow. And as long as they don't do crazy dump into the market, as long as they let short-term trader do the work, let's continue with the second one. Bread. What happened with Bread is that I didn't have zero NFT, and I chose to start doing NFT. And Bread was one of the NFT that I make a decision to buy. Why? Because I didn't bought Pepe, and Bread is a friend of Pepe. And as a friend of Pepe, if Pepe go up, Bread will go up. I like the Coinbase layer 2 in Ethereum, and I said, let me have an NFT. Also, Pepe is the biggest NFT, I think, that we have in Ethereum, and Bread is the biggest NFT that we have in Coinbase L2 network. And frequently, Bitcoin is not number one because it's the best crypto. For sure, it is not. Bitcoin is number one because it was the first. Ethereum is no number two and or the biggest smart contract platform because it's the best. No, Ethereum is number one because Ethereum was the first. And that is what I like Pepe. Pepe is the biggest, maybe the first, I don't know about that, but it's the biggest meme coin that exists in the network of Coinbase. I also like If we see here, fully diluted value and market cap, they are the same. Total supply, max supply are basically the same. And I do like now here, the idea behind COQ is an Avalanche, is the biggest meme coin. The time when I bought it, maybe still being the biggest meme coin in Avalanche. Avalanche is a good smart contract platform, which means the idea here was the same as was the idea with this other meme coin, as also was the idea with this meme coin. They are the biggest meme coin, maybe the first in some of the cases of the expected blockchain, smart contract blockchain. This one is Sui, this one is Cardano, this one is Avalanche, and this one is L2 Coinbase smart contract part of Ethereum. I like the idea. Max supply, circulation supply, they are the same. Fully diluted value, total market cap, fully diluted value, they are the same. They have been doing awful about the price and tendency. Let's see if I end up doing good. At this point, I'm losing. But if I break even with this, I'm happy. If I make money, I'm happy. If I lose money, I will not be happy. But all of my crypto will balance out the portfolio. That is why you invest in more than one thing. If not, only buy gold, only buy Bitcoin, and done, period. This is the saddest story I have in my portfolio. Infinity token. Only the people that were here back in 2022 will remember this token because I did bought this token back here in the left of the mouse. Back here was when I bought. I did was expecting this. I was ready to this. I didn't have problem with this. I knew that it would happen, but I was expecting that this project will become something like Cardano, Avalanche, Sui, Solana, something like that. The people that start this project, they had the Engine network. It's a smart contract in Ethereum. They realized that in that Engine network, they were not able to do what they want to do with Engine. They create this project Affinity, and Affinity supposed to be a whole smart contract platform itself, probably compatible with Solidity, which that time I thought this will be amazing. The people look legit because we're the same people that were doing the smart contract and the smart contract engine in the Ethereum network. Didn't look that bad. Total supply, max supply, but it didn't work for me. Today's day you see 0% volume. This is beyond that. I bought a lot. The problem here is not that is 0.52% of my portfolio. The problem is that I invest more in this than what I invest in these two. I invest more in what I invest in these two, for example. I invest more in than what I invest in Lofi and Never or something like that. This is a lending platform. But anyway, so everybody tell you that they're the best, they invest the best. But anyway, if somebody told you that they always win, they are a loser. They're lying. Now, MinSwap. Why I invest in MinSwap? The first decentralized exchange in Cardano, I invest in that one. It didn't work out. And I realized if MinSwap became better than them, bigger than them, and I like Cardano, it's time to invest in the first. No, but in the biggest, yes. I invest in the first exchange, decentralized exchange in Cardano, and I invest in the biggest. This case, this is the biggest. It doesn't look that bad to trade this. We're looking back 2 years here, but you can see a nice floor. You can see an ascending line. I don't want to do a lot of graph analysis for you because I don't trust a lot on graph analysis. And I do it, but on the minimum, just look in this, you see that you have bigger low, bigger higher, and the lows are the same or higher. I don't like here the max supply. I don't know what is going on with this. And the fully diluted value and the market cap, that is 1/3 different over there. It's not the best, but it's the best option as a decentralized exchange in Cardano, which means I did it and I don't regret it at this point. Now, let's talk about this snake. How somebody end up having 57% of the portfolio in a meme coin. and actually a person like me that didn't like meme coin at all. Well, what happened is that I bought early. I bought very early. I didn't put that much money into this, but the performance of Snake for me have been great. If you buy back here, I think that was when I bought. Maybe I bought around here. I think that I didn't. I think I bought back here. But you will have a lot of profit. The different percentage between 0.00001 to 0.003 is big. You are missing two decimal point zero over here. Here you have three, sorry, you're missing one, which means you have more than 100 times profit. And that look very good in paper when you look at that. Now, I do like Snake because Snake is not the first, but it's the biggest. And I like to invest in the first and in the biggest. Frequently, the first and the bigger are the same. Sometimes, if you invest in the first, somebody can, some other project, some other corporation can, and the first doesn't become the bigger. Sell the first, buy the bigger, and ride it. Here we have market cap, fully diluted value, same max supply, circulating supply, basically the same. Profile score, this is kind of some analysis that coin market cap does. It looked pretty good, which means I do like this project. I am thinking on selling everything. Maybe when reach 60 cent, maybe when reach 90 cent, maybe at 80. I am not sure. Back in December, my portfolio was in a very good dollar value position. Right now, I am not because this cryptocurrency is my biggest investment. You have seen that I have lost around 60% of the value, but I will wait for the last quarter of 2025. Basically, was my plan since 2022, probably. Next project, Sauce Swap. This is a decentralized exchange. This is my Swazi sub. It's a decentralized exchange in H-bar. I don't know if it's the first, but it's the bigger. And I do. It's like Uniswap. We have to realize that Uniswap, that is the biggest decentralized exchange and has been the bigger since always decentralized exchange in Ethereum. The uni token basically didn't have any value at all. Just lately, because Uniswap make an L2 in Ethereum, look like they're going to find a value in the uni token. Here, this project, HBAR, is very good decentralized blockchain platform. SouthSwap, it worked. I have worked with it. This decentralized exchange worked very good, which that was my idea. The idea of buying PancakeSwap because it's the biggest in BNB. The idea of buying Uniswap because it's the biggest in Ethereum. That is my idea here. As long as Ethereum perform, Uniswap will perform. As long as BNB perform, PancakeSwap should. Well, here you have it. As long as HBAR perform, I don't see any point in the next 5 years, probably even 10 years, why HBAR doesn't going to be around. This project have proven being good, and they are building for corporation. I'm not happy with HBAR. That HBAR is no community growth. It's more real business use cases. Let's deploy, let's work it, let's make it happen. And that is what I do have. The biggest decentralized exchange in the HBAR smart contract platform. We have lost a lot here back in 2024. I didn't bought in 2024, at least not at the beginning in February. I bought around this area, and right now it doesn't look that good, but I'm happy with the investment anyway. It looked good. The market cap, the fully diluted value, there is not a huge difference here, even though there is some difference. We have to take into consideration that we're analyzing a project that exists 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, a little bit. It's kind of new, at least for the kind of project that I like to invest. I don't almost never invest in something that exists less than a year ago. I prefer to invest in crypto projects that have survived at least one bear market. It's not the case here, but is what I like doing. H bar, this tribalism that we create, that we are kind of stupid, the people that created. And we are maybe a little bit part of that sometime, but I hate that because there is no winner when you have people fighting for making XRP the best and only one, Bitcoin the best and only one, Ethereum, Cardano the best and only one. The point that I want to make is that HBAR and Algorand, I used to came across these two smart contract platform, and I chose back at that time I chose Algorand. Algorand didn't do that good. What I did is that I split. I sold a half of my Algorand. I bought HBAR. I saw that HBAR was doing extremely good. Then I saw buy my Algorand. I put everything into HBAR. Maybe someday in the future I will buy again Algorand. HBAR have done way better than Algorand. Doesn't look that bad. Max supply. I like project with max supply. I like that Bitcoin have only 21 million. I mean, the contract will produce only 21 million. I like the fully diluted value with the market cap. I love this number. 10 billion, 9 billion. They're basically the same, 10% different. That is like nothing. And I'll continue buying H bar, dollar cost average, swing trading in the future when I sell the bear market cap can, and I will buy it again 2026, 2027. Who knows? Luffy, interesting. Luffy used to look better when I bought Luffy. I think that I made a mistake buying Luffy very early here. December 2024, everything was crazy. November, December 2024, I bought Luffy and I was happy with Luffy. It's a project, they are helping people have access to water, which, if they are truthful doing that, if the non-profit organization that they have behind that is not stealing the money from Luffy, the coin, from us, and from the donors, they have work to do. And they have a beautiful work to do providing water to people in Pakistan and other places on earth that water is needed. Now, beside that, Luffy is the biggest, or used to be the biggest meme coin in Sui. And I'm extremely sad, angry, frustrated with myself. I was not able to buy Solana early on. I mean, I was able, but I didn't pull the trigger. And I was able, but I didn't put the trigger to buy Sui very early on. I am planning in the future, next bear market 2026, 2027, buy Solana, buy Sui. The fact that Luffy is big in the meme coin ecosystem of Sui, I think this probably, maybe, most likely will go again. If I have to choose between Luffy and Snake, I will continue buying Snake. Snake have a very longer history of proving itself than Luffy. But why Luffy doesn't going to do as good as a Snake? Because we have Sui, and Sui is very new. If Sui will have the amount of time in existence and the amount of developing in the Sui ecosystem and network that had access since 2017, the time when Cardano was an ERC20 token, Luffy would be way higher than what you can see here. That is my idea. Let's see how that works out. Now, here I have Nevi protocol. Nevi protocol is an lending platform. I have done lending and borrowing. I have lost money doing that. But the fact that I have lost money doing lending and borrowing doesn't mean that the platform doesn't work, that the smart contract platform. It means that I don't know how to do that. And if I don't know how to do something, I just don't do it. Don't invest in what you don't know. One of the rules of Warren Buffett, and even though Warren Buffett don't like the cryptocurrency system, ecosystem, I mean, we have to accept that crypto are here to stay. And Warren Buffett is 90 something years old, but I am 30 something. If I don't die, if I die when I would be 90, I would be more than a millionaire in cryptocurrency. I like here that they have a max supply. They need money definitely to grow the ecosystem. I hope that they do. And if they continue being the biggest lending and borrowing platform in the SUI network. And if SUI continue doing good, that I don't see why SUI doesn't going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years. This project, maybe, why not, will do good. I bought here very early on. Actually, not here. I bought December, January, November. I bought around here. Um, let's see. Let's see how in that in this investment of Navex. Well, guys, this is my portfolio. That is quick summary of how I end up here. Is not what I expect, but you start investing thinking something, things change down the road all the time. You have to adapt and you have to know that you will have some losers and you will have some winners and you will have some experiment and you will have some experiment that work good like this one. And let's see what happened. That is what I have right now. I'm not planning on buying anything. I don't have money, and I am do planning on selling September. Most likely, everybody have always say will be a very no interesting market. What I'm recommending to myself: don't be as crazy following the news. Don't be as crazy looking at candles going up and down. Just wait and study, re-study the project that you have invested in the past to increase your commitment or to say, okay, next time when this thing go up, I will leave because I don't see this a future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have been a pleasure. Sorry for making the video a little long, but that is my portfolio. If you want me to give you my opinion in any cryptocurrency, I can give you my opinion because, as always, remember investing is your decision, is your money. You better take care of it because there is too many people, too many projects that always want to scam you, and you will lose money in crypto always, no matter what. Thank you.